Jen Decker here with this week's edition of AEW Top 5. A lot has changed in the last week, not only for AEW, but across the country. We hope that we were able to provide you a space where you feel seen and included, and most importantly, safe. This week's Dynamite, like all Dynamites, was for you, the fans. And we loved interacting with you guys throughout the show and tallying up all your top 5 submissions. I'll admit, this week's list includes quite a few surprises, so what do you say we kick things off? Here are the top 5
being predictable.
Dynamite as voted on by you, the fans. Coming in at number 5, he's the youngest member of the Inner Circle and one half of Les Sex Gods. But could Sammy Guevara be following in Chris Jericho's footsteps towards a music career? The Spanish Gods serenaded us all to a rousing rendition of Judas on Wednesday night when Chris Jericho faced off.
He's done it before. You guys act like it's such a big thing.
At times, but you can't deny
done
his
it before.
passion for the musical arts.
God. I put it on mute. Yeah, there's a lot of you out there that like it. I don't. It's annoying. It's just as annoying as when the crowd does it. You know, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I don't have to listen to the dumb idiot crowd when they're singing the song. But then you got Sammy Guevara. I like the song, Judas. I liked it way back when he released it as a single. And I believe it was a song for, I think for a takeover in NXT. I believe so. I like the video. The music video is cool that he did back in the day. But it's like, no, I'm not listening to this. Look at him. I'm looking at him at mute and he looks like an idiot.
Not sure about the rock part, but he's definitely got the roll down these days.
Oh, he does.
Sorry, Sammy. After
he does,
defeating
actually.
Colt Cabana in singles competition on Wednesday night, Le Champion minced no words when it came to calling out Mike Tyson after their scuffle in the ring last week. Jericho called out for the baddest man on
that
the
could be a
planet to
mess.
come out and face him, and
A lot of people are criticizing AEW for
every minute of it,
taking this
the
angle.
number 4 moment of the week.
It could be the one thing that kind of slows their momentum down.
Say it one more time. I want the baddest man on the planet.
A lot of people are not going to probably watch that match. Out of curiosity, maybe. Tyson and him. Is that going to happen at, what do you call it?
Freshly squeezed.
At Fighter Fest?
Homogenized.
And apparently the baddest man on the planet.
He's the baddest man on the planet. A lot of people would prefer to see than Tyson.
Shortcut. He just walked right through the shot.
Oh.
Remember Jericho was doing that interview or something?
Yeah, he could have walked around, but Cassidy saw the shortest path to the destination and he took it as the crow flies, or as the orange rolls.
He's walking like a miniature Clint Eastwood.
And they tried to ruin his chance in the Battle Royal, and he almost won the thing.
Putting
Jericho
Champion's
doesn't.
hands in his pocket.
You know Jericho likes. How can you not?
That looks about right. Look at Hager's expression.
I guess it's a show of respect from. Oh,
Boom.
Hager.
Boom.
Swinging a miss. Jericho swinging a miss.
The elusive.
I think it takes talent to do
He may
that.
be
You
the
know?
quickest man on the planet.
You got good timing.
There's
And
his buddies.
Best friends bringing him over the rail.
Orange avoided all contact.
Oh, here come the troops now.
Santana and Ortiz.
compare this to WWE. WWE has a plexiglass up and everything. These guys don't. I don't know what that means by that.
Got Tyson's blessing to use the moniker, but no disagreements from this girl. Brian Cage has only been here for 2 weeks and already has a path of destruction in his wake.
Yep.
After all, who can stop the path of Cage? But after being provoked by Taz, we were treated to a wild John Moxley who stared down the giant machine in the center of the ring. The two are set to face off next month at Fyter Fest for the AEW World Championship. But until then, it's your number 3 moment of the week.
Brian Cage. You are impressive. The Machine. Seemingly indestructible. I am far from indestructible. I am only human. I can be beat. But dude, it would take you all night long, and that's my point. You were right.
Thinking about AEW is I get to
is
see
a
guys like
different thing
Brian
entirely
Cage and
than anybody else.
Hangman
in
Page and
AEW.
all these, Hangman Page and
But I
Omega and all these guys. That I wouldn't see them in WWE.
taking the AEW World Championship.
Heard a
away
lot
from
about Brian
me
Cage. I've never
is a
seen
different
any of his matches or anything like that.
prospect entirely.
So I know that when
And you were gonna
they
find
said he
that
was
out
coming,
Fyter Fest when you
he
are in
arrived.
over your head.
He didn't
And you
disappoint.
realize you are swimming with a different breed of shark. With all due respect, gentlemen, don't waste your time or mine trying to intimidate me. And the next time you want to bring my name up on TV, just remember exactly who the hell you're talking about.
Ain't no joke.
Coming in at the 2 spot, Wednesday night marked the American Nightmare Cody's first ever TNT Championship title defense against the winner of last week's Battle Royal, Jungle Boy. Cody's vowed to defend the title every week on AEW Dynamite throughout his reign, and if last night's match was any indication of the lengths he'll go to keep that title around his waist, well, we're in for a real treat.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy and Cody.
This match turned out to be a pretty brutal match.
Now they're both on top. Both on the top.
Jungle Boy,
turnbuckle
man, he
there.
made me proud. That's my
Up there,
favorite wrestler
the
there.
no man's
I like Jungle
land.
Boy. So
Cody landed some right hands.
he really did something. He proved to
Off the top through the table.
the powers that be at
Again, the leader.
AEW that
Who's
they're
gonna
probably going
survive
to
this?
look at him as a future
We
champion.
might get a double count out, which would be unfortunate.
For Jungle
Cody
Boy.
got cut
Yes,
open,
yes,
busted open. Yeah.
Absolutely.
MJF's stewing because he didn't get the first shot.
Trading shots.
Then they announced that it was Mark Quinn.
I think just a minor shift.
Mark
in Jungle-
Quinn, and
Jungle Boy's
then
weight sent
JR
Cody off the
said
top.
it was
That minor shift.
Ray Phoenix. I go, okay, they changed it. Then they said it was Mark Quinn. Now, why would they give Mark Quinn, one half of a
Jungle
tag
Boy
team?
was trapped under the table for
shot?
a moment.
Yeah, you can go that route, but it's
Has,
like
dodged
they need
several
to,
bullets here.
what do you call it?
And I don't think
Give it to
chamber's
one of
totally
the
empty
mid-carders,
for
one of the
Jungle
top
Boy,
guys in the
he
mid
just keeps on coming.
MJF.
Going over that
You know, they
top.
could have given him
Jungle Boy has
that.
him
Maybe they're saving him for a
Oh.
for a pay-per-view,
Jungle Boy's
probably.
swing is caught. Cody. Oh.
That was brutal, man. The way he did that.
A spine-tingling cross.
Sometimes I wonder why these guys hit their moves and their opponent has to go that far to sell it. But hey, I like this right here. This respect right there. He knew that he was close to losing that title. Imagine that.
And what a
I honestly
first
think that
defense
AEW needs
for
to
the TNT
line up
champion,
some
Cody.
mid to top, mid carders. You know what I mean? Not one half of tag teams that didn't do anything to deserve the title shot. You know.
Cody walks away with the W, but Jungle Boy looks stronger and stronger every week despite losses to some top-ranked opponents.
Yeah.
Next week, the American Nightmare will defend the TNT
That is
Championship
actually the
title from Mark
best
Quinn at Private
thing,
Party. And this
because
is a
then
huge
you
stage
put
for
a
Cody.
little
I expect
imprint in
nothing
people's
short
mind,
of
and you'll
AEW
go,
this one.
yeah, I remember
But
when he went against
Cody's gonna
Cody
have
and
to
he
try
took him
and
to
find
the
a way to keep the high
limit.
flyer on the ground. Otherwise, Cody's
That might,
over.
that might
Finally,
do.
coming in at number 1, after months of teasing, FTR's arrival here at AEW nearly broke the internet last week. But when it looked like they'd showed up to finally settle their long-running beef with the Bucks, FTR turned and teed off on Butcher and the Blade. Well, as usual, our very own Tony Schiavone sat down with Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood for their very first interview, where they made their intentions well known.
Really happy to be able to have the very first exclusive interview with FTR. If you'll recall, a week ago on AEW Dynamite, their surprise arrival exploded the internet. And Cash and Dax have joined me here. The obvious first question is, what does FTR stand for?
Hey, well, I mean, we got that a lot.
Everybody's asking
FTR,
that.
it's not a tagline. It's not something we could just print on a shirt or whatever. It's a way of life for me and Cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of anything that we want it to be. It's fear the revolution. It's follow the rules. It's kind of a lifestyle for us. Like you said, it's something that we it takes on a life of its own.
Now we're here in AEW. We're here at the pinnacle.
Sure.
The pinnacle of the revolution, the wrestling revolution. So right now,
Fuck the
FTR is
revival.
the revolution.
AEW has the world's greatest tag teams.
Now.
Now.
Officially.
Okay,
now.
officially now.
The
Okay.
missing piece
Got
is
it.
You can print up a poster now.
There have to be a list of tag teams that have
People are gonna have to step up. Tag teams are gonna have to step up.
Yeah, obviously there is.
Got a private party who likes to do all those little pretty moves,
Despite about, what happened,
bouncing all over the
Butcher
place.
Blade,
You ain't gonna get away with that shit with these guys. They don't like that.
The kids,
Very great kids.
Private
They're all about
party, great
fists.
kids, and
We would have worked with Santana and Ortiz because we've seen
Yeah.
those guys all over the world, and now we have a chance right here under the same roof.
Fist, no flying. What was their thing
Lucha Bros,
before?
who are the exact opposite of what we stand for in tag team wrestling. So we're going to
good.
teach them tag team wrestling. Emphasis on tag.
And then obviously we can't forget about the AEW Tag Team Champions. Sure. I mean, they're not even a real tag team, but Omega and Page. I mean, that's our ultimate goal.
How often do they compete?
You didn't mention the Young Bucks. They're to me, what tag team wrestling's all about.
Of course they are,
Yeah.
man. Of course you would say that. The dream match everybody's been waiting for. It's not a dream match to Cash and myself. It's not a dream match for us. We've had to sit back and watch these guys get awarded with Tag Team of the Decade. We got to sit back and listen to Dave Meltzer sing their praises and say they're the next Midnight Express. Tony, do you think that makes us happy? Do you think we enjoy hearing that?
Well,
no.
I'm sure, yeah.
I don't want to come in here. I don't want to have the best tag team wrestling match in history with them. I want to punch them in the mouth. Wow. That's what I want to do.
I want to beat them in 3 seconds.
All right. Okay, then. Butcher and the Blade. She got into some physicality with
That's what they're all about, fist.
You didn't attack the Young Bucks.
They're all about fist flying.
Why did that happen that
not
way?
wrestlers
Dreamed
flying.
about this moment
That's what they're about.
for the past 5 years. You can't.
That's why everybody else got to step it up. Not a lot of fancy shit. You better get in there and get down and dirty
But what about the Young Bucks?
with these guys.
The Young Bucks. But
You better throw some fists. You better
better.
throw some
Can we
elbows.
finally get the answer to that, Tony.
Get in their face.
Zero doubt in anybody's mind. I don't.
They're gonna definitely ground a lot of these high flyers in the tag team division.
I don't want to hear they were injured. There was a broken rib. There was
You want to come off the top rope with a fancy move, dive, they'll hit you with the shadow machine or whatever they call it here in AEW. I don't know what they call their finisher now.
And I'd like for JR and I'd like for Taz and Excalibur and all your little commentary friends to come to us and apologize and say, hey man, I'm sorry for the last year and a half. You guys are the best.
Whenever it happens, it should be tremendous. And thanks for the exclusive interview.
Thank you, Tony.
All this time, I thought FTR was. Can I say it here? FTR was.
Of course you would think that. Yeah, that's what they've been feeding you.
He said, fuck the revival. That's what he mouthed. Butcher and Blade. They look weird, kind of out of character. You know what I mean? A little bit, because they're talking. You don't really see them talk a lot when they're wrestling. What's up with Allie? She used to be the bunny. She's not Allie. Allie's not the bunny anymore. I don't know. Where the hell these guys come out from? All of a sudden, these guys just appeared out of nowhere. That's what I love about it when you have a feud, a brewing feud, and then all of a sudden you see these backstage people all come out and separate them.
It's personal for you, obviously. So if you guys want to settle this, like business.
That looks like a pretty big room, so you probably definitely want this off to the side.
Yes. Relax. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. FTR out.
Next Wednesday night, the pair will
Man,
face off against Butcher and the Blade for their
second
AEW ring debut.
ad
It's going
that
to
I had
be
to click
true
through.
litmus test of grit for FTR to see how they match up with the pair from Buffalo. But based
True
on their
litmus
previous
test.
in-ring footage,
You don't need no
it's
litmus
sure
test.
one hell of a brawl.
They're proven.
There
You
you
don't
have
need
it,
no
guys.
test.
Your top 5 moments of AEW Dynamite. Didn't see your moment there? Don't sweat it. Tune in next week for all the action, including Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz of the Inner Circle, taking on Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. And be sure and cast your nominations by using the hashtag AEW
Yeah, man,
Top
I don't
5
know,
and send them to @AE Wrestling. We tally those votes and get you the results right here over the weekend. Until
Why do you
then,
only limit
be sure keep up
themselves
with
to
us on all the
5?
social media channels, including Facebook,
They always just limit themselves to
Instagram,
5, and it's like
for the
that's why you don't get
latest
so
updates and
many
exclusive content you can't get
of the
anywhere else.
other
Till
top
next
moments
time,
in there.
I'm Jen Decker, guys. Thanks for being a part of the revolution. I'll see you guys soon.
Just one thing to add to this video, and it has to do with the tag team title match between Hangman Page and Omega versus Kip Sabian and what's his name? Jimmy Havoc. Too many damn spots. I was overdosing on the knees, the high knees, the kicks, the punches, the spots. It's just like he just kept nailing that what do you call it? Omega's high knee, that knee that he does, and all the things they're doing out to the outside and all that stuff. Sometimes it gets to be a bit much. That's the thing I've noticed about. I had problems with the women's wrestling before, and I don't have a problem anymore. They really improved. Someone really took hold of it and they polished it up a little more. But the tag team division in AEW, they got great tag teams, good matches too. But I hate how spotty they are, meaning so many spots in these tag team matches. It's just like you get inundated with all these moves that it's like, how many times is Omega gonna deliver that knee of his? How many times are they gonna deliver their signature moves? It's like it's just too much, you know. Like, who was the one that said that? A person that I was watching the video, and they said that that's the one that's problem with them is that they don't save. Maybe it was Undertaker. It says that they don't save certain moves. I think it was Undertaker, because he was talking about how he has a lot of signature moves, but he doesn't use them all the time. He does old school, and he says he does that usually just to set up something. You know, doesn't use it all the time. Same thing, you know, with just the moves that he does. He's got a lot of moves, but he doesn't use them all the time. You know, you see, like I said, going off of this match, the Young Bucks. How many super kicks are you going to deliver? Yeah, super kick party, but then sometimes it's too much. People are going to want to stop going to that party. You know what I mean? But this match, it was a great match, but it was like too much. It was too much with regards to just using moves over and over again. And like, isn't that knee of his? It's like the finisher. Like, it's the end all be all. Can you imagine if Hangman Page would do that lariat he does over and over again? Jericho would be hitting, you know, the Judas effect 10 times in one match if you wanted to follow the blueprint of how some of these tag teams go. No, I watched that Botchamania, and it's like you can do a whole video based off of off of Private Party, because that match, especially with Isaiah, you know, Mark Quinn's partner. I always forget his last name. But he botched that tag team match last week. I don't know if he's still got his footing properly. A lot of these guys are not used to cameras when they're wrestling, so it's like they just go all out, go willy-nilly, and they don't have to worry about, oh, I made a mistake, but there's no cameras here, so it doesn't matter. We'll keep going and going until I get it right. But you can't do that for camera. You can't do that for when you're on air and for all the world to see you, you know. But yeah, that match really was. It was just the match between, for the tag team titles, really was just very, very. You know, it's just a bit much. But I wish they would just scale down with using their moves so often. There's no real, what do you call it, no more. There's no spontaneity to the moves no more. It's like, oh, he hit a super kick. Oh, he hit his knee. It's like, after a while, it's just like, yeah, I figured he was going to use his knee. Oh, there he goes. He uses it again. That's the only thing I have a problem with. Hopefully they improve on that. You know, let's go back to the days when you use the super kick once, you use the high knee once, a lariat, you use that once. You know, double team moves. You know, maybe 5 times a match. Like, that's one thing too. When they do that, a combo, they do those double team moves, but they do like 5 moves in one thing, and they were doing it a certain amount of times, and it got to the point where my head was dizzy. My head was spinning. I'm like, enough already. Jeez, Christ, my eyes are burning. You know what I mean? Like, this is how it was, man. I mean, this is my only issue with the match. It's just too much. Too much done just for one match. Like I said, leave a little spontaneity in there. Let us be wowed. We haven't seen the, Adam Page's, lariat. We haven't seen his finisher in like 3 weeks. Man, we got to see it today. Great. Oh, seeing that move again. It gets to that point. But pretty much everything they showed in top 5, I liked it. I liked all of that. Good choice by the fans. We didn't talk about the tag match. No, they didn't talk about Big Swole taking on Nyla Rose. That was a good match, decent match. We saw Big Swole get into it with Britt Baker. I don't know why they didn't show her, because that actually is a good highlight, because she was in looked like a golf cart, but she said it was a Rolls Royce on it. And then they showed her with a training segment where she was training or trying to train or attempting to train. It looked really it was something but she's great, man. Her character is so funny and so heelish. It's the best heel going right now when it comes to the females in any organization. You know, she's really good. Top of her game. And then her and Swole, I don't know if they're gonna have a match as soon as Dr. Britt is cleared. Dr. Britt, Britt Baker, she's not even wrestling right now, and she's already getting heat off off of people, man. So that's good on her, you know. If any of you see her interview that she did with Aubrey and Tony Schiavone under Unrestricted, AEW Unrestricted, it's a great interview. And then one guy, Chris Villiet, I forget his last name. I can't pronounce it really because it's really hard. But he had an interview with her too, so you get some insight into her background and how she is. And yeah, she's a total sweetheart, man. But you know, not on AEW, man. She's very conniving, very under doing a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that heels do, and that's what her character is. So, but yeah, I enjoyed AEW. A lot of good, lot of good stuff going on there. You know, Chris Jericho did take on Cole Cabana. Cole Cabana comes off of the second turnbuckle and he hits him with a Judas effect. How about RKO's out of nowhere? That was a Judas effect out of nowhere. It was really good. And Cole Cabana, looked like he was getting an offer from Brody Lee. Brody Lee telling him that I know what you need. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's my thoughts on AEW for the week of Wednesday, June 4, or June 3rd, I should say. And June 3rd? Yeah, June 3rd. And also that's my reaction to the top 5. You know, when I realize it when I watch the top 5, sometimes I say it's long. 13 minutes is 13 minutes 27 seconds. It is pretty long for a top 5, but it goes by pretty quick. And I just noticed that I realized that they sometimes miss a lot of good moments in AEW for the top 5, but they're only limiting themselves to top 5. Don't know why they're trying to distance themselves from WWE and others. Maybe they don't want a top 10. And that's a normal thing. Everybody does a top 10. Let's do a top 5. But if they did a top 10 and then they cut the time down a little bit, they could add a lot more moments, because they got a lot of moments, a lot of good moments. I think a lot of moments, maybe more moments than NXT. A lot of good moments, but NXT was great, and so was AEW. Can't complain about either. But AEW edged them out this week in the ratings, so here we go again with the whole, AEW is taking over again. Because I think NXT had 2 weeks, and then now they gave it up again. So see what happens with this so-called AEW NXT, Wednesday Night Wars, if you will. But again, that's my video. And for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing it, as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.